So how has circles impacted you?
Circles was a class that was set up for me where they said, hey, the reason that people end up in your situation needing assistance is for two reasons. It's either generational, that you learned it from your parents, or situational, which is what ended up happening to us. And we thought we were doing a really good job at making more money and working harder in different jobs and trying to get out of our, not out of our situation, but just into another way of life. But um, sitting in our circles class changed our perspective of that the system is not exactly designed to help you get out of it. It's designed to help you while you need it.
And how has circles impacted your family?
Well, they provided food every Monday, which was awesome. Childcare, even though yes, it's childcare, but doing homework with them and playing with them and teaching them and letting them play with books, no matter what age they are. But also giving my husband and I the first chance we've ever had to actually be in a class together and learn together. It was more of a self-awareness for me and a self-awareness for him. And it allowed us to set goals for ourselves and then come together and be able to make choices together.
What is one example of a goal that you accomplished?
Okay, so part of our circles lessons. We our teachers brought in a bunch of magazines and they said, hey, we're going to make a dream board. And I kind of felt like I was in grade school again. And not that that's a terrible thing, but it was kind of weird as an adult. And they said, hey, dream big. What are your goals? What is your big dream? Like if you could have anything you wanted and you didn't have to work for it, what would you want? And I had no idea that putting anything on this dream board was like setting a really big goal. With Circle's help, I game planned a bunch of different kinds of jobs, and they were like, hey, is this really feasible for your family? Is this actually going to make the money that you would like to make? And I know this is a lot of talk about money, but actually getting a job and then feeling really proud of the work that I did for that job and being paid for training and then having everybody in my class just clap because it was a milestone. We got a job that was like making double digits instead of single digits. It was a huge deal. And anyway, so I did that and I got that job. And um, because I was able to set that goal for myself and be working on it and proving to myself that a job was sustainable if I stuck with it, and that and then having my husband learn the same thing, that he was able to get a job and sustain at it, even or be sustainable with it, even though it wasn't something he was planning on doing forever. Both of us being able to stay consistent ended up making us eligible to move into a house instead of our apartment. One of the people here ended up putting us up for that house and saying, hey, like, we have a family we think that might qualify for this. And so it is literally because of Circles that we were able to have more space for our family. And Circles has basically said, hey, like, we're not just going to fix your problems, we're going to teach you why maybe some of this stuff is happening and give you the resources and encouragement you need to keep moving forward and not give up.
And is there anything else that you would like to share with someone who may not know much about circles?
I have read over and over and over that Circles and 6-8 are helping people out of poverty, and I don't particularly like that word. So I would say that I would like Circles to be able to be tied to financial stability for anybody, for a person, for a family, no matter how young or how old we are. It's not a place that's saying, hey, you're messed up and you're broken and you screwed up your life. It is a group of people who are saying, hey, there are resources around you, and there are people who actually would like to help but don't know how. And so they're going to learn, and you're going to learn, and we're going to tag team, sticking you guys together and having you build your own community. Being able to utilize both of those things together and be able to create healthy boundaries is beyond amazing. And so I would encourage anybody who feels like they're stuck or they're just living paycheck to paycheck. Not only is there a place for you to learn, but there's a place for us to set a new precedent for the next generation and give us the tools and the words and the ability to create a future for our kids that's different than the one we lived. We don't have to keep repeating what we've known. Um, we can learn something new and teach them something new so that we are better equipped to be their community when they're bigger.